Welcome back to my channel. I thought initially I was just going to do a haul video, but I think I'm just going to call it a tarot and oracle deck chit chat, whatever. Okay, so there's a couple of things. First, I'll start off with the haul. So I got a few decks from Hay House. They had their sale where they had the decks, tarot decks and oracle decks, some of their tarot decks and oracle decks on sale for $5, and so I picked up a few. I'm gonna start off with one that I actually already had before, the Psychic Tarot, which to me is not a tarot. It's, well, okay, and it says oracle deck. I don't know why it's a psychic type, but whatever. Anyways, I have gotten this deck. There's a glare. I have gotten this deck, must have been twice already. I purchased it the first time off of Amazon, and when I got it, the deck was stuck together. I guess it was probably from the gilding on the sides, and the deck was stuck together. So, trying to gently separate them was no small task, and it didn't work out well. And so the fronts of the cards, or backs on some of them, were kind of torn, like, came away as you're trying to separate them. So I had emailed Amazon, and they sent me out a replacement deck, and same thing. The same thing happened. So I never repurchased it, and I really haven't used it, mainly because it bothers me that these cards have all these. Now, the replacement deck separated a little bit better than the first one did, but still I had the same issue of some of the cards getting torn around the border, blah blah blah. So they had it for $5 on Hay House, and I was like, okay, $5, which is a big deal for me because I'm not working anymore. But I decided to get it, and I already took the plastic off. I did not take it out, but so far I'm not seeing that same issue I had before with the last two decks. So just hoping. Take the band off and let us see. So I guess we'll just show some of the cards, going through it. It's a little like I just had to separate those two cards, but all it took was like a little, like that, and they came apart. So far so good. I think this will be a usable deck. Same thing I just had to do with that one, but again, that doesn't bother me. See there? So that, and there I had to do it again. That's fine. Oh gosh, this is so much better. I'm so happy because I really, really have wanted to work with this deck for the longest time. I bought it initially, the last one I had, I bought it a couple of years ago, and it's just been sitting in my closet. I'm so sorry about this glare. Maybe if I turn off this light, is it the desk light? Is it the window? Oh no, maybe it's the window. Let me close the curtain. Okay, when I say close curtain, I mean close. Okay, that's better. Let's see if I turn the desk light on again. There's still that glare. Oh, it's not as bad. We'll hold that over here. Pay no never mind to all of this. This is just craft stuff and things that still needs to be put away. Still, my husband has yet to put it together, but at least, like I said, at least the toddler has a bed now, so I'm happy. This is a desk lamp, similar to the one that I'm using here, which you can't see. That's going to be for my husband, so he has, even when it comes to his stuff, he has to take it out and put it together. So Okay, so yeah, so this seems a whole lot better. So I'm really happy with this. Let's put the box on. Okay, so there's a companion deck that goes with it. Well, you don't have to have it, but you know. So I got this as well. It's the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And take the plastic off. Oh. Okay, box. Oh, ow. Okay, let's not break the little bit of nails I got. Oh. Okay. This is definitely harder to open than that previous box, but okay, there we go. So again, it comes with a little booklet, Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And I'm glad that they had this sale, because it coincides. Okay, this is, and see, I always wanted to get this one, but I was kind of apprehensive because of the Psychic Tarot deck. So I was kind of apprehensive. I've seen other people have had that same issue, by the way, with the Psychic Tarot. So I know it's not just my misfortune, those past two decks. I know there have been others who have had the same issue with their decks as well. So I don't know if maybe this was published later, so maybe that issue was corrected. I don't know. Anyways, so here's the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And I'll explain why I am so glad that I saw this sale when I did, and that these decks were on sale when they were. I don't know why. I thought that said Nimue. I was like, what does that have to do? Okay. I'm trying to do it without obscuring everything so you can see some of the cards. That too, I had to, like, you know, mush together to separate. Here's one. This is another one, so I'll show you. So this is two cards. Yep, two cards. So I mushed. I don't know if you heard that, and then they came apart. Again, that I can live with. I probably shouldn't mush because maybe there was a chance of it ruining the cards. Here's another two that are together. So, but again, that just came apart real easily. Oops, dropping stuff. Dropping stuff. Okay, just do a couple more. Let's skip. Okay. So that is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And I dropped the book. I'm almost scared to put this lid back on, to be honest with you. It was like that hard to get off the first time around. Okay. The next one that I got was the Akashic Tarot, which I'm sure this is an Oracle deck as well because it's only 62 cards. But I got the Akashic Tarot, which I've wanted since it was released. To try to make it go a little faster, I, went around with my nails to try to at least free up the plastic. Okay. So again, we get the little book, the booklet. It's decent size. Minor and Major Arcana. Do we get any suggested spreads? And you also get the reverse meaning for the cards too in here. And it talks about opening the records through the Akashic Tarot. About this card deck, the history of tarot, and how this tarot deck is unique. And then it goes into the suits and stuff. So I don't see any suggested spreads in here. Oh, wait. I think I was mistaken. I think I just saw something. Yep, okay. Yes, they do. Which is your, you know, 1 card pull, 3 card pulls, and then they have a pyramid spread. Glare, glare, glare. Okay. They have a pyramid spread. There we go, folks. Alright, so let's take a look at these cards. Okay, these edges are not gilded like the last 2 decks. Uh-oh. I see. See that? I don't know if one of the cards are warped. I think this one has a bend. But not a big deal. So, anyways, here's the backs. And okay, so here's what some of the cards look like. And I will probably do videos showing the whole decks, a flip through of these decks in its entirety. So, but for now, we'll just go through it quick so you can see what some of the cards look like. I don't know why it's so blurry. I really wish it wasn't, but maybe I keep my face out of it. I don't know. So, and so we have, you know, we have angels in here. Looks like 2, which is cool. So that's basically it. That is the Akashic Tarot. So I am very pleased with this purchase, with these purchases, and so that's what I got from the Hay House sale. Now, moving on. I guess quick, I'll just show. I have been learning how to use my sewing machine, which I got for Christmas. I bought it on sale for $50 at Michael's. Their online sale. They had an online sale. What was it? What was it? Oh gosh, it was some big sale. And they also, on top of that, they had a coupon for 20% off of 20 or 25% off your entire purchase, sale prices and regular prices. So I got this for less than $50, which I'm totally pleased about. And I'll show you. Hopefully I can set this camera back up without a problem. But that's my webcam. Ha! Anyways, yeah, never mind the mess. You know, that's our storage closet thing. You know. Okay, so here's the sewing machine. Let me move some stuff, and that's all my craft thingies and such. Okay, so here's the sewing machine. It's a Brother. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it's good enough for now since I've never used a sewing machine before, so I'm just learning, and it's pretty darn cool, and I'm really liking it. So let's just get back round. Yep, see that? See how my husband's desk takes up the entire room? I just want to point that out. Let me just show you. Look at this. L-shaped. Why? Why? Is it necessary? That is a whole lot of space that could have been used for something else. But anyway, I digress. Okay, let's see. We set up. Doing good. Good enough. Okay. So, all right. So I have wanted. Some of my tarot boxes are in bad shape. Like, okay, here's one. So here's the Witch's Tarot, which I just made a bag for. So, but you can see the box is one whole heap of hot mess, as you can see. Some of my decks, it's not necessarily the boxes are in bad condition, but I like the idea of tarot bags. I like, you know, I've had some for years, some of a couple, well, a few of my decks in tarot bags for years. But sometimes they're so expensive, so I don't go out of my way to purchase them unless I see them at a discount and I like it, blah, blah, blah. One deck I have wrapped in a cloth, kind of like a satiny kind of thing. But I like bags. So this is another one that I put in, I made a bag for, and I'll show you those. So, okay, this was the first one I did, which didn't come out too bad. I didn't think it came out too bad anyways. So I found this Wonder Woman fabric at Walmart, and they have it as a fat quarter, which I guess, you know, is great for quilting, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, because I don't quilt, but I want to learn. I'm gonna. But anyways, so I made this one to hold my DC tarot deck, because I thought Wonder Woman, that's DC. That would be the perfect material, and I like Wonder Woman, to hold the deck. So here's the bag. Now, you know, I'm just learning, so I have errors. This one, how did I do this? I don't remember what I did. But anyways, so here you can see I made so like I can put ribbon through to make it drawstring. All of them are drawstring so far. There are some that I've seen that I want to try that are not drawstring. They're wraparound string. Some that are button. But anyway, so here's the, oops, upside down DC tarot, which I think, I know I did a video showing these when I first got them. I think it was an unboxing video. So if you want to see the cards, you can look at that video. I am still learning tarot. Even though I've been collecting tarot decks for over 10 years. I got my first deck when I was 19. Almost 20 years, 21 years. I got my first deck 21 years ago. And I used to do readings back then for like my friends, but I would, you know, from the book. And that was before I knew that there was a lot more into tarot than, you know, just reading from the book. So I'm learning, but from some of the cards that I do know, this to me, I think it follows the Rider-Waite-Smith system, and I know some of the cards it captures that same meaning. The cards that I'm familiar with, that I know off the top of my head. So that's the first one I made. So the second one I made, the cut of the fabric is different because this was from my daughter's shirt that got torn in the dryer. Dryer's been eating our clothes, which they're supposed to be coming to fix our dryer today. Okay, so I made this one. And so it's long ways because that's how I had to cut the fabric from, you know, what wasn't messed up. So, and I used it from the back of the shirt. So and then also I didn't like, I don't know, it doesn't look like much, but I didn't like the plaid going this way. I don't know why that is, because it almost looks the same, but something, whatever. Anyways, so here it is. So I did another drawstring, and each one of these I did differently. Like I did the channel for the drawstring different. So like this one I sewed up the sides of the channel. This I sewed all the way around, and then I snipped it with scissors, if you can see there, to run the ribbon through. And then I just put the Barbary Tarot in that. And I really think I want a different bag for the Barbary Tarot actually, but for now it's in there. And then I made another bag, and this fabric I also got from Walmart, and it's also fat quarter. So I like this fabric. Now, yeah, the top is bigger. And is this the one? Yeah, I kind of... So this one I did differently, where I tried to square off the bottoms of the bag. And I didn't do the best of jobs, but whatever. Whatever. And so this one I have the Witch's Tarot in... Oh, upside down again. I have the Witch's Tarot in here, which, as you can see, I have not used. But I really like the artwork in this deck. And I really feel like, you know, because I'm learning tarot now, I'm using a Rider-Waite deck because I feel like it'll be easier for me to learn that way. But a part of me wants to use this deck to learn the tarot, because I really like this artwork. I was thinking of edging it black, but now I don't know. And that's another thing I'm gonna get into in a minute. So why have I showed the fool like 3 times? Like, he wants to pop out. Are you trying to tell me something? I think he's trying to tell me something. So, but yeah, so I have the Witch's Tarot by Elaine Dugan. And I have the first Witch's Tarot, which I keep hearing people say this is a newer addition to the Witch's Tarot. That's by Elaine Cannon Reed. Something like, I can't remember. I don't know. Why would they say that? It's a totally different person. Unless she's the same person and got married. I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I do have that original one too, which is actually the second tarot deck I've ever purchased, which I've had for over 20 years. And then finally, this is the last bag I made. And this video is turning out to be quite long. And I used gold ribbon this time. So, well, one, I could differentiate because this is... Look at, look at, look at, look at, look at, look at, look at. This is thicker, clearly. Thicker. Yeah. See? Yeah. So, but anyways. In this one, I have the Enchanted Oracle deck. Which I haven't used either. I've had this, I don't know how long I've had this, to be honest with you. But I haven't used it. I don't know why. I should. I like the artwork. If I'm not mistaken, it came with a necklace in there too. A fairy necklace. Don't know what happened to that. Like I said, I've had it for years. But I don't think I've ever done a flip through of this deck on my channel though. And that's just all of the bags I've made. And like, here's some of the fabrics. So my previous video where I did a haul video, I'm not going to show those because it's in there. But here's some. This is also these were in a set in the Fat Quarters. These, and I think there were some other ones, but I haven't washed them yet. These have been washed, so I've washed these fabrics so they're ready to use. But so this is the original state that it comes in. Oops, let's see. So it comes in a square already. And I think it's Fat Quarters because you can quarter this. So you get 4 pieces to make your quilt already. So there's that. And then this I used to use as an altar cloth and as a tarot cloth, like to lay out to do my tarot cards. You would have seen this in other videos. But on my altar, I don't know if I have a scrap that might have it. Probably not. I'm using them as scraps to practice sewing this type of material. If it's like a satin kind of thing. So I've got this. I've made different size scraps. This is a big piece to practice because it's you know, there's no saving this. This is not something I would want to use for anything other than maybe a lining inside of one of my tarot bags. And this is just a bigger piece. But I had to cut it because, like I said, I used it on my altar as an altar cloth. And I have dropped quite a bit of charcoal lighting incense. It'll fall out. it'll fall out of, like, I had tweezers. I used to use tweezers. Now I have a actual like a charcoal thong. No, thong is underwear. Tongs. That I can use, which gives me more area, so I don't drop my charcoal like that anymore. But I've had several burn marks in this one, and there's another one, a black one. I don't know if it's in here. So, and then I have, these are all I've used as altar cloths. So this I'm not going to cut up, but I do want to, now I got my nifty sewing machine. I do want to hem the edges. You see here, I want to, you know, so I have that frayed thing happening. So I do want to hem up and clean up those edges. Same thing with this, which is purple, but to me in the video it's looking blue. I don't know, light? Would that help? Nope, still looks blue to me. But anyways, here's another, which is small. I think this was another fat quarter that I got a while ago that I used as an altar cloth, but I might use it as a towel bag now. I don't know. And here's some other pieces. This is a little strip which needs washing. I got candle wax on here. Anyone who is new to not just paganism, but maybe you're using prayer candles, or you use candles not in glass, this will happen quite a bit. You'll get wax on your fabric. There's some other pieces, and here's some other fat quarters. Let me move that, because that I don't know why, glare. But here's some other fat quarter, and some scraps. Some scraps, and the scraps I use to practice on too, like types of needles and blah blah blah. Was this a fat quarter? I don't know, but this I did get from Walmart as well. Walmart is pretty good. You can get some decent type. Okay, so here's what they look like. So they come like this. Some of them will come like this. Some will come in a stack. Like these came in a stack, but they'll look like this. And yeah, so they're called fat quarters. If you can see that. Can you focus? Do you want to focus? Well, you can kind of see the blur. Fat quarters. So they come like this. And they do have these at Joann's as well. But these all I got at Walmart. So I got all these from Walmart. And so that's what they're going to be. Most likely towel bags. I haven't decided. Here's another one. And I might have shown this in a haul video. I like this one. And here's another piece that I bought. I don't remember where I got this from. And it might have been Walmart. As an altar cloth. This kind of material is something I need to test and practice with on how to sew. Because I would like to hem it if I can. But, so that. And then there's this big doozy here that I got from a while ago from Walmart. They have bins where it's already pre-rolled and cut, and it's usually on sale. Same at Joann's, they have stuff like that. So those are, you know, what I'm using to use as projects. And eventually I do want to get to making quilts and even clothes. Okay. So moving on. I have tried my hand first time at trimming a deck. Never done it before. And some of them, I like how they look trimmed. And so I did the Crystal Visions tarot, which I already like this tarot. It's very soft. It's very, it's not frightening at all. Some of the scary cards to me are not so scary in this deck. Like I put them in order before I trimmed it. Whatever. Okay, that's not much of an order. Okay. So cards like, okay, so here you have the death card. which this is a card that I learned first, because this is a card I remembered years ago when I had my first tarot deck, and I was having issues with a boyfriend at the time, and I was conflicted. And so I did a reading, and the card that I got was the Death card, and it really helped me out. I don't find this card to be frightening. The meaning behind it, I don't find frightening. Change can be frightening, but I don't know. It helped me, and it helped me become a person, move into the person I wanted to become. Let's just put it like that. Anyways, so this image is not very scary. You know, you see a person there who's, you know, passed on, but they're peaceful. And then you have like the angel of death over them in this one. So I find that the cards that might be seen as scary are not so scary in this deck. Okay, so that's one thing I did. So I trimmed them. I did not do a good job, and I'm going to show you what I mean. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, can you see? They're not even. And if you can see here and here, this right here, will see how low that one? It's not even remotely, but I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. And I decided that I wanted to edge the cards, so you kind of can see the color. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can. You probably can't see it that well because it's a light color. Let me see if I grab some in comparison that have not been colored yet. Can you see now? There you go. So I trimmed them. I used, where are you? Because I didn't put it away because I didn't finish yet. I got so much, these fabric pieces on my desk. Where'd you go? You were right here. I kid you not, it was right here before I even started the video. This is funny. Okay. Let's okay, mind you, I found my needle. My machine needle. I took out to switch needles, and I was like, well, where the heck did it go? Okay, this is, okay, wait, top just came off. Alright. Okay. So, I used a distress ink. I have a lot of these little, the mini ones. I have some in like the big pads, but I have a lot of the mini ones too, because I find I like these mini ones because they store better. You see? They store better, and you can get the tin to put them in. And what I like about the minis, I don't think I have it in here though. I don't think I did any in here. Okay, but the minis, they have made the sponges that goes with the minis. They're round and they're small. Fits right in there. My bigger ones, I used Velcro to fit the square ones. And so when I used them, you know, I used the same color sponge, can stay with it. But so here's what it looks like. This is spun sugar. It's coming off a bit orange here in the video, but it's not. I promise it's a pink. And it looks more of a hot pink on here, but on the cards it doesn't come off as a hot pink. You can see it's just like, and I did it because I liked it for going along with the backs of the cards. So I did that. So I have another Oracle deck which I'm thinking of trimming, and this is one that I need to replace because this box is, these kinds of boxes never hold up well with me at all. So okay, So there's that. And, okay, what I also wanted to talk about was I am working on self-love right now. And I realized this when I went on my vacation to New Orleans, and I went with my best friend, and we were talking about some things, and she was saying I need to learn to love myself, and I don't. I'm very critical of myself, especially my weight and things like that. I second guess myself a lot. When I say second guess myself, I feel like, some things I won't try because I feel like I won't be able to do it. So why bother trying? Even with sewing, I've made tons of errors making these bags. Let me tell you, each one of them has something wrong with it. But I'm learning to, what my mom keeps telling me, she says, wabi sabi, wabi sabi. Which was something, I forget where she got it from. It was an artist that she follows online who says that basically there are no mistakes, especially in art. You work with it. So I'm trying to do that. So, okay. So I'm working on self-love. And so right now, to help with that, I am using why did I just blank on the name? Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And I didn't, not that I remembered, the freaking card is right here. Because I always keep these things. Which is nifty, by the way. That's how I practice trimming this deck. I used, like their title card, or they always have like an extra, some kind of card or advertisement or whatever. This is a deck that I do want to trim. I've seen this trimmed, and not that I don't like it. I have small hands. Do you see this? I like shuffling like this. Like, see that? See how I can't? It's very hard. I can't get all the cards. Cards like this, decks like this, I have to shuffle like this. And I really don't, I don't know. It's because it's a habit. I play cards, and as a card player, this is how I shuffle. And I, do the bridge. And doing it sideways, I can't do the bridge. Because also doing the bridge, I don't know if you can see it. That dip, because I'm shuffling sideways. If you can do the bridge, it helps alleviate dip like that. So if I'm doing it this way, that bend won't really, because the bridge, it kind of, I don't know. Anyway, I feel like it helps. So I always find myself doing like this, but these cards, I would have to go like this, and that's hard to do. I need to stop babbling. Anyways, I do want to trim this deck, though, and I feel like it'll be easier to handle, and I've seen the trimmed version of this deck, and I thought it was gorgeous. I really did. I am using this deck to help with myself and self-love. And if you can see some of the cards, one card I have out right now because when I did my draw, and it's not a daily draw. With this deck is not a daily draw. This deck is just a draw when I need to. I work with the card for however long I need to. Let's put it like that. Okay. So there'll be journaling and blah, blah, blah. Okay. But if you see the cards, like, I think this is the perfect deck to work with when it comes to self-love. And I think this would be a good shadow deck too. My opinion. But I'm not that prolific in shadow work. I've done shadow work, but I'm not like an expert, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think this is a great deck for self-love and to work on, healing yourself. And with that, I'm also using and I think it's called the Ganesha Oracle deck. It's a Blue Angel deck. And this one I wouldn't trim because you could cut parts of the picture. I mean, like, you could follow the border on the back even though it's borderless to trim. So this one is one I just have to be satisfied with shuffling, you know, sideways. I haven't worked much with this deck, but when I was going through it, I felt like this too would be a good deck for self-reflection and self-love, but more self-reflection. This one I feel like would be good for that, and I feel like the Vintage Wisdom Oracle is good for self-love and self-reflection, but I feel like that one is good for self-love. So I'm working with these decks right now together in conjunction. Part of what I do is, and then I have another Oracle deck which I do daily-ish draws, but I also try to see how these cards connect. Like, this is my main self-love deck. This I keep putting that there. This is my main self-love deck, and so what I do is I see how whatever I draw from here and my other Oracle deck that I'm using right now, which I think it's the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle deck, or whatever it was, that Lucy Cavendish deck that I had on my Beltane altar. I'm not working with the Forest Fairy Tarot Oracle deck right now, though. I put that up. I see how these decks, those cards, relate to whatever card I'm working with from this deck. So that's how I'm using it. And so, bringing us back to the newer stuff, and not really this one, but who knows. These two. Upside down. No, I flipped both upside down. Okay, here we go. These two I think would be great to do the same kind of work with. I think this would be great. Oh my god. Okay, you're opening up a little bit better than the first time around. I think this would be great in working with the self-love. Oh, you got 3. Oh, you're a few stuck together. That was 4 stuck together. But I think these would be great for that same thing, self-love or self-reflection. I'll go through these cards more, and then I'll see what I'm feeling then. But I think possibly this might be a deck to work with as well. Well, decks. These would be decks to work with as well. And because I didn't show you before, here's the backs. The fronts, I've seen people where they mix these two together and work with them. I don't know if I'll do that because I am anal about mixing my stuff. Kind of why I keep my hidden path and what is it called? Wisdom. I can't remember the name of it. But those Wiccan based decks that I showed, cards that I used for my Beltane altar. That's why I keep those separate, because the backs are the same. And so they were truly meant to be used together. So, but these backs are different. You know, it's a different mandala and it's blue. The other one is green. But on the face of it, you know, you can't really tell the decks apart. So I'm really anal about that. So I don't know if I'll ever mix it. And can you imagine my hands? I can't. This is another one because they're so thick. I can't shuffle this way. I can't get all of them. Well, maybe. I could probably shuffle with this the way I like. But imagine you put those two together. Oh, those would be ginormous. I definitely couldn't shuffle that like that. That would be a hand over hand shuffle. But I think maybe these might be good for self-reflection and self-love. So that's something that I want to work on and do better at, especially for my girls. I want them you know, I want them to have love for themselves and have that confidence in themselves that I don't have or that I struggle to have. So I think that would be great to work on. So this has been an excessively long video. But if you stuck it out through the end, thank you. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for following me. I know I don't say that a lot, and I really need to start doing that. I'm thankful, but I'm always thankful in my head. You know what I mean? Like, inside, you know? Like, the same thing with emotions. That's a inside thing for me. I, keep inside. But I am thankful for those who follow me, for watching. Definitely thank you if you stuck out this entire video. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and blessed be.